Cameron Smith, a very talented golfer from Australia, has managed to stir up a mix of emotions in the golf world, from admiration to outright frustration. Professional golfers have finally revealed their shocking opinions on Cameron Smith. Some see him as arrogant, while others call him a traitor. But why is that? One reason stems from his unique playing style. Smith plays the ball from what some call the wrong side, a choice that has sparked debate. While some fans believe it's just a quirk in his game, others suspect he's seeking an unfair advantage. It's funny how the smallest details can stir such strong opinions. Then there's the 2023 incident that really got people talking. Smith accused his Thai rival, Phachara Kongwatmai, of bending the rules during a tense moment at the Hong Kong Open. The situation involved Kongwatmai spending a long time, up to 15 minutes, searching through dense bushes to see if he could play his shot. Smith, along with his playing partner Ben Campbell, was visibly frustrated as they felt Kongwatmai and his caddy were manipulating the area around the ball. Despite a rules official giving the okay, Smith remained unconvinced. Reflecting on the incident, Smith expressed his confusion and concern. He believed the rules had been broken, but acknowledged that it wasn't his call to make. What really bothered him, though, was the bad image this left on the sport of golf, a game deeply rooted in etiquette and fairness. Smith has since been very vocal about the fact that the rules need to be enforced strictly to avoid such controversies in the future. It's not the first time Smith has called out fellow golfers. In 2019, he famously fell out with former U.S. Masters winner Patrick Reed, who was penalized for improving his lie during Tiger Woods' event in the Bahamas. Cameron Smith said in 2019 that his friendship with Patrick Reed was over. Of the situation, he said, "It's not quite there anymore." Patrick Reed's two-stroke penalty during the tournament was criticized for improving his lie, with many calling him a cheater. But in his defense, he said he was unaware that he had broken the rule. But Smith wasn't convinced. Reed had brushed the sand twice during his practice swings, and to Smith, that didn't seem like an innocent mistake. Smith was blunt in his response. If you make a mistake once, maybe you can understand, but to give a bit of a bull's excuse about the camera angle, that's pretty up there. He didn't hold back, saying, "I don't have any sympathy for anyone who cheats." Smith even went as far as hoping that the crowd would let Reed and the entire American team hear it loud and clear during the next event. Smith's willingness to speak up, while admired by some, has certainly made him a polarizing figure in the golf community. Then, in 2022, Cameron Smith woke up thinking he was just 2 strokes behind the leader as he prepared for the final round of the FedEx St. Jude Championship at TPC Southwind in Memphis, Tennessee. But things didn't go as expected. Just minutes before his final round tee time, Smith was hit with a 2-stroke penalty for improper placement of the ball while taking relief during his 3rd round on the 4th hole. The PGA Tour explained the situation in a statement. Prior to the start of the final round of the FedEx St. Jude Championship, Cameron Smith was assessed a 2-stroke penalty for a breach of Rule 14.7, playing the ball from the wrong place, on hole number 4 during the 3rd round where he was operating under Rule 17.1, the rule when the ball is in the penalty area. Smith's score has been adjusted, and he will begin the final round at 201, getting a -9. This penalty shifted Smith, the world's number 2 golfer at the time, to 4 shots off the lead as he started his final round. It was a tough blow, especially with so much on the line, and it led to a lot of debate online. One person on Reddit said, "Dude broke a pretty widely known rule LOL. It feels like a wildly contrived storyline, and if you sign a card with full belief it was accurate, you don't get penalized for signing an incorrect scorecard. It's all pretty cut and dry." Whilst another added, "Here's the thing. Don't know what podcast I heard, but he was saying people would be surprised how little the pros know the rules. Why know every detail when you can call an official and get the right answer?" That year, Cameron Smith was on top of the golf world. He had the season of his life, winning the prestigious Open at St. Andrews and rising to number 2 in the world rankings. But just minutes after his career-defining victory, the conversation shifted when he was asked about his possible connection to LIV Golf. And within days, it was clear. Smith, was leaving the PGA Tour. Smith's rise had been meteoric, until it wasn't. Suddenly, he was gone from the spotlight. Unlike others who left for live golf, Smith wasn't hated. He didn't become the villain that Phil Mickelson did, nor did he face the same level of resentment as Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, or Brooks Koepka. By the time Smith made his move to LIV, right after winning a major and following in the footsteps of the bigger names, it was as if fans had reached a moment of acceptance. Instead of anger, there was a sense of sadness. His departure signaled that LIV Golf and the Saudi-backed Public Investment Fund were serious players in the world of golf. Smith's story falls into a unique category, one that will be fascinating to explore in the years to come. By the time Smith birdied 5 straight holes at St. Andrews, pulled off a historic putt around a bunker to save par on the road hole, and clinched the Open title from McIlroy, he was undeniably one of the top 5 golfers in the world. But then, his rise stalled. Just when the golf world should have been celebrating him, Smith faded from the limelight. He struggled in the early part of 2023, failing to crack the top 20 in underwhelming LIV events. At the Masters that year, he found himself talking about trying to regain his form rather than continuing his ascent. LIV Golf's connection to major tournaments remains a hot topic, sparking debate and controversy. While players from the Saudi-backed league, like CameronsmithIn and Bryson DeChambeau, are allowed to compete in the majors, it hasn't been without criticism from certain fans. Many claim that LIV golfers are treated like outsiders at these prestigious events, facing heckling from both the media and spectators. But recently, some keen observers have pointed out something even more interesting. There's always been talk about whether LIV players should even be allowed in the majors, given how LIV Golf has shaken up the traditional pro golf system. This ongoing debate set the stage for a new controversy during the 2024 PGA Championship. A viral tweet on X sparked outrage, claiming, "Cam Smith is being shadow banned from coverage. We need to fix this." This accusation comes at a time when LIV Golf is struggling to attract a steady audience. In its first year on the CW, the league's viewership consistently dipped below 1,000 viewers, a trend that seems to be continuing into 2024. Could this be why LIV players are getting less attention? The tweet ignited discussions among fans who felt that LIV golfers were being intentionally sidelined by broadcasters. One fan pointed out, "Happened during Masters coverage too. Kinda wild." The fact that similar complaints arose in 2 consecutive majors led some to believe that broadcasters, possibly showing loyalty to the PGA Tour, were purposely downplaying the presence of LIV players. Another fan added humor to the situation, joking, "Not seen a single non-putt from Bryson either." Many fans are eager to watch top players like DeChambeau, known as the Scientist, showcase their full range of skills, but instead, they're often only shown putting. Yet, not everyone agreed there was bias in the coverage. One fan countered, "Feel like I've seen every approach and putt of his," suggesting that Cam Smith and other LIV players might actually be getting their fair share of screen time. The debate over how LIV golfers are portrayed in major events is far from over, and with LIV's viewership challenges, it will be interesting to see how this tension continues to play out in the world of professional golf.